Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you on how you can just design a staircase, different types of staircase. You have the quarter turn, half turn, three-quarter turn, and so on. So now I'm going to show you simple steps on how you can come up with a design of this. These are just staircase that I have just made. So many people have been asking me on how to show them on how to come up with a design of a staircase. This is just one thing that looks so simple to design, but also it may also become a challenge to some people. So today I'm going to show you on how you can just come up with a design like this. So stay tuned as I take you through. So first of all, let me highlight all these and delete them. Okay, so just on your design page, scroll your mouse and come down to staircase tool. Just left click there, and this section on the left hand side you can see you have the stair, you have the structure of the staircase, where you have the flight and the landing. You also have the finish, the floor plan display, and the reflected ceiling plan. On the center we have the geometry and positioning. So before you start, make sure that your staircase here at the geometry and positioning, you've just clicked on the not linked. This is the height of your building. So whatever you're going to design is supposed to go hand in hand with the height of your building. For instance, let me say I want to design a building with a height of 2.7 meters. So I'm going to come here and type 700 millimeters. I'm using millimeters in this case. I'm going to project my staircase to start from the ground floor. So on this other side, the stair width usually depends with the type of plan that you want to design. So for instance, in many cases, let me say for residential building where we are expecting so many people to use the staircase, we can't use the width of 1200. This is going to be smaller width. So in this case, you're going to come up with a design plan that is going to be suitable for multiple people. But for just small house building, the homestead building like a bungalow mansionette, this width is just recommendable. The number of risers and the riser height depend with the height of the building that you are using. In Archicad, it usually indicates automatic. You don't need to go and start calculating how many risers are needed, and also the riser height, whether you're going to use 150, 160 or 170. But for those ones who have done civil engineering or building technology, there's this thing that you shall learn in GBC. GBC is just a unit that deals with the general building construction that usually indicate these specs. As you can see here, the risers and treads, you have the riser height, you have the minimum, it's supposed to be 150, and the maximum is supposed to be 200. So when you're designing, make sure that your riser height is just like between 150 to 200. These are just the rules that you should know before you start designing a staircase. Same as to going, the minimum is supposed to be 250, the maximum is supposed to be 350. The going, what I mean by going is this riser is this height that start from the bottom to the top. The minimum height of this riser is supposed to be 150 and the maximum is supposed to be 200. And the going is this length from here to here. The minimum is supposed to be 250 and the maximum is supposed to be 350. So make sure that you are equipped with all these specs before you start designing a staircase. So let me use a height of 3 meter for this case. You can see the number of the riser height has already changed from 169 to 188 because I've also increased the height of my staircase. So here we have the baseline. This baseline, the first one just indicates that when you are going to design your staircase, you have that turning where you're going to make it, whether it's a quarter turn, 3/4 turn, or an half turn, we are going to place your landing. This is just going to be the baseline that is going to project which side is going to turn to, whether it's the left side or the right side. We have also the center, and also you have the bottom side. This one is just the landing, whereby you are going to design which type of landing you want to use, whether it's the automatic, the wider with equal angles, the wider with equal goings. Yeah, so let's go to design now. I want to start with the first one. These ones here are the rails. The rails are just placed either both sides or on the middle. It depends with the design of the house that you want to use. For instance, let me just place both sides and also make the baseline to be at the bottom. So I'm just coming and start. My riser are 16, so in this design I'm going to use 16 risers. So I'm going to start. The first one I'm going to make it 8. So make sure that when you are using these, the number of risers, make sure that you highlight the first flight. So this is the first flight, this is the landing, and then we have the final flight. So I'm going to make my turn here. Sorry. So let me start with wider with the equal angle. So I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to make a turn here with the 100 millimeters as the thickness of my rails and also of my second flight. So as you can see, I'm just still at the landing, so you can't just progress on with this final flight. All you have to do is just come and select the first flight again here, then you project it. So this is how it's going to look like if you project it to 3D. This is how your staircase is going to look like. See, it's just simple. This is what I was telling you. This is the flight, and then this is the going, and then this is the riser. So the height from this bottom to the top, it's supposed to have a minimum height of 150 millimeters and a maximum height of 200 millimeters, whereas this one, the going from the first one and the last one, is supposed to have a minimum of 200 millimeters going. So those are things that you're supposed to check on before you start designing a staircase. So the landing, this is what I was telling you. The landing, I've decided to make this equipped landing that has steps. It's a landing, but it has 3 steps as you also go to the second flight. So this is the first design, which contains both the rails on the left and the right side. So let me go and select another type. So let me say I want to use the rails of the middle section. So I'm going to deselect the right one. So I also want to change the type of landing here. So I'm going to come select my baseline on the top. I'm going to I'm using the 16 16 number of risers, so just start with the 8 risers. Then I'm going to select now wider with equal goings as my landing. Then here I'm going also to give a width of 100 millimeters, and then select the second flight. Sorry, I don't know what I've done. So going to come this way. Select that one. Plus 100. Then select the second flight. Oh no. That way. It looks awkward, but it's just something. It's just a staircase that looks unique on its way. So I just wanted to come up with an half turn, and this is a quarter turn. So let me design the other. Now I use the first landing, which is the equal landing. No. You see, this is a staircase with an equal landing. Yeah, in most cases people usually like using this type of staircase. You can also come with this. Yeah, you can select your rails to be on both sides, inside and outside, or you can also just come up with your rails to be on one side, like this way. In this case, I've just decided to put my rails to be on the other face, and on this side I just decided to put my rails to be both left and right side. So the last one, let me just come with the rails at the middle. Yeah, let me select that one. Let us change the baseline also now to be on the other side. Let me make the final one, both now, with both sides, with both railings, I mean, sorry. So just same steps that I'm going to take. No. half turn, this is a quarter turn. So this is how my staircase now looks like. You can have rails on both sides like this one. You can also decide to change the materials to use on the other side like this one here. Yeah, the wood, can also decide to put staircase here on the razors and the going. The color of your choice, you can also decide which color to use. Yeah, but this is just how you're supposed to go. It's just symbolized that way. So thank you guys for subscribing to my channel, for your comments, and also I like your support as you share more, and also as we discuss to help each other on this industry. Thank you.